I am back in my home away from home, Ireland. This is a beautiful place filled with so much culture and art and history, and some of my very favorite people in the entire world. Join me for a big adventure, visiting some favorite spots, eating some great food, and of course, making some music along the way.
I'm working on my foreign voice.
Guess who's back in Ireland? It has been just over a year since I was last here in Dublin, and I've been hearing some rumors that Dublin has changed. I know the cost of living crisis and the housing crisis are very, very bad, but I also feel like that might not be the whole story. As someone who used to live here for 2 years and now comes back pretty regularly, I want to know, what is it really like living in Dublin right now? And if you're just joining us here on the channel, welcome. My name is Claire Hawkins and I'm a traveling singer-songwriter.
Oh, Daisy, I've been thinking about the 6th grade. Guns, germs, steel, paper planes. I'd watch them soar. Oh, Daisy, oat, barley, corn, wheat, grain, wayfaring holidays. But who would ever leave New York?
I decided that the absolute best way to start off my very first day back here in Dublin is to revisit one of my favorite spots in Dublin city centre, which is Ivy Gardens. While Ivy Gardens is by no means a secret here in Dublin, it is kind of tucked away in the city centre where it almost feels like you're kind of hiding from the hustle and bustle. It's a really special place. There's a waterfall and a little hedge maze and lots of space to spread out, have a picnic. They have a rose garden as well. It's really amazing how much fits into this hidden spot in the city center. I used to go on walks here almost every single day when I lived here. I would listen to music or call my mom, and it was just a really special place for me when I was living in Dublin. I just went and got my eyebrows threaded at a place that I used to go to when I lived here, and it cost 13 euros pre-tip. And I actually went back in my email receipts to 4 years ago because I was curious if they had raised their prices. And they did, but it was previously 10 euros and it's now 13, which I think is pretty fair for 4 years. Plus, I think they did a very good job, so I'm happy. It's kind of crazy to see all these fancy modern buildings here along the canal. I know they were not yet built when I was living here, and I think they were still under construction last time I was here. I don't recognize this area at all. This is really bizarre. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is beautiful. It looks really nice, but it's like there's this whole mini town inside of town that I don't recognize at all.
Press me down where I have landed. Don't you find me heavy-handed? I will take the blame for planning, but oh, Daisy, understand it.
I'm walking along the canal now, which was definitely another favorite spot back when I lived here, and I can confirm there are definitely still young people, and people of all ages actually, sitting along the canal having a drink. So that hasn't changed.
Oh, Daisy, I'd trade my gold if you made me lighter than the weight of staying. The poultry paint. Oh, Daisy, the sirens are calling crazy. You know how their songs can make me run away.
I'm walking down Camden Street right now, which was and certainly still is a big going out street. Lots of pubs, some clubs. It's a fun place. I'm definitely not in a club mindset, but I think I could go for a Guinness, and I'm curious to see what the going price for a pint is these days. I did just pass Weatherspoons, which is the go-to place if you want a cheap pint surrounded by college students. Maybe not quite the vibe I'm going for right now, but I have certainly gotten many pints there in the past. If I'm remembering correctly, which I might not be, back in the day, the cheapest price for a pint I found personally was €5.40, but that was definitely not typical. I think usually you'd pay more like $6.50 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure if that has changed, but we're gonna find out.
Press me down where I have landed.
we have our final verdict. That was €6.70 for a pint of Guinness here on Camden Street. The place I went to has been around a while. In fact, I believe it opened in 2003. So I figured it was maybe a more accurate representation of what pints are going for these days, as opposed to a newer, maybe trendier pub. If I'm right and the price 4 years ago was $6.50 and it's now $6.70, I don't think I can be too upset about a 20-cent raise. I would love if my Dublin subscribers can comment below, what do you think the going price for a pint of Guinness should be, and what do you think it actually is? I would love to know. I do really like that place though. It's also a music venue and just an all-around very cool spot. It is an unbelievably beautiful blue sky today, and I think it's the perfect sign because we are gonna have a very fun night tonight. I have a gig here in Dublin. It's part of this mini Ireland tour I'm doing called the Nothing to Lose tour for my new single, Nothing to Lose, which is out now. I'll make sure to link it in the video description. I'm playing a show in Smithfield at a venue called the Hendrick. It's actually a hotel. I've never been before, but I'm super excited. We have a lovely support act, Neve, and then I'll be going on, and I think a bunch of friends are coming. It's gonna be a great time.
Understand me, overlooking where I'm standing. Winds are blowing from the canyon. Let them move me with a bend. Press me down where I have landed. Don't you find me heavy-handed. I will take the blame for planning, but oh, Daisy, understand it.
I'm here, Jer.
This is Jer.
You remember me.
Long-time subscribers know Jer.
Yes.
The show was great. Now we're headed to the pub. It's a great night.
We're running.
Single car, why'd you run?
For fun.
Okay, so we're here after Kara's gig. Kara's gigs are unreal.
You'll be at the Belfast gig.
I'll be at the Belfast gig.
There's been a lot of talk about how expensive Dublin is and how it keeps getting more and more expensive. And as someone who used to live here for 2 years and now comes back at least once a year, I want to put it to the test. Look, I'm an optimist, so while I do know that Dublin is not a super affordable city, I believe, with my knowledge of the city, I can get through one jam-packed day here in Dublin spending only 25 euros. Now, we obviously have to start off the day with some breakfast, but I want to make sure that I'm including all my expenses here in this video. So the first expense of the day was 2 euros to take Dublin bus into the city center. I have a Leap card, which costs 5 euros to get, and you have to put 5 euros on it initially. But like I said, I used to live here, so I've had my Leap card for a long time. We are starting here with the most affordable grocery store in Ireland, Lidl, or actually here they call it Lidl. When I lived in Germany, we called it Lidl. I never know what to say here.
It feels a little bit heavy, like I'm told it should. I was a little unready, didn't know if I could. With everything and nothing holding me here, now I'm making plans for the rest of the year, and everyone is saying
I managed to get a butter croissant for 69 cents. I don't think you're gonna beat 69 cents for breakfast, but let me know if we have any challengers. Can't go wrong. Now, obviously, we're not doing any shopping because we're on a very strict budget today, but I am walking through George's Street Arcade, which is just such a fun place to look around, even if all we're doing is window shopping. I do always love visiting the place where we shot my Dublin music video. However, we don't have it in the budget to get a pint right now, so onward.
it's not a choice that I need to make. It's just a voice pointing out everything that's at stake. No one I know is gonna show me the way, but I know staying put is still choosing to stay.
In classic Irish fashion, it is raining all of a sudden. So luckily our next stop is indoors. I have arrived at my next stop of the day, and it is the perfect rainy day activity. We are going to visit the National Gallery of Ireland, which just so happens to be free. forgotten how much I love the National Gallery. There's so much. It's kind of a deceiving building because it feels so much more expansive inside than when you're just looking at the outside from the street. It's so large and there are so many different rooms. It spans so many different styles of art. I think my favorite today was actually the portrait gallery, where they have all these portraits of different Irish heroes and people who have just accomplished really cool things. One of my favorite pieces was the 7th man ever to run a sub 4-minute mile. I'm now just walking through Trinity College's campus. I think it's about lunchtime, and since our total spend for the day is still only €2.69, I feel like we can avoid the sausage roll, chicken fillet roll option and go to my favorite cafe.
It's not a choice that I need to make. It's just a voice pointing out everything that's at stake. No one I know is gonna show me the way, but I know staying put is still choosing to stay.
I just love La Pausa Cafe. It was my favorite cafe when I lived here, and I still go back every single time because it's just the best. It's so cozy and cute. The food is amazing. They have all sorts of different coffee drinks, and the staff are truly the nicest people. Every time I go in, it doesn't matter who's working. I just love that place. I'm sure I'll be back again before I leave Ireland this time. I decided to order the soup of the day, which was an amazing tomato soup. It came with fresh bread. I'm pretty sure it was all homemade, and it only cost me €7.45, bringing our grand total for the day to €10.14. So we still have some room to explore. I think we're doing pretty well, but we still have the afternoon and dinner to worry about. Despite walking by it many, many times, I've never actually been inside the Garden of Remembrance before. It's a memorial to the lives that were lost during the fight for Irish freedom. And it's really beautiful. It's definitely a place of calm and peace in the middle of the busy city center. I'm now headed to yet another free museum here in Dublin. There are actually many in Dublin City. I'll put the list on the screen so you can find them yourself. But I've never been to Hugh Lane Gallery, so I'm really excited to check it out today. Just like with the National Gallery, you could spend a lot of time here. I feel like I'm still trying to fit a lot into one day, but you could spend a whole afternoon just looking through the different rooms here. They have works from Degas and Monet, and of course, the recreation of Francis Bacon's studio is particularly impressive. so funny. I had no idea that they still had the portal up. This was a thing like over a year ago, and it was in the news that there was a Dublin, New York City portal, which I thought, being from New York City and having lived in Dublin, was adorable. But I thought they took it down. And this one doesn't say what city it links to. It just has the American flag. I feel like it's not New York anymore. I honestly couldn't tell. Now, if I've done my math correctly, we have spent 10 euros and 14 cents, and I know that I need to save 2 euros for the bus home, and I think my dinner is going to cost around 9 euros. So that means we have 3 euros and 86 cents left to spend, which is not enough for a pint. So hilariously, I had 3 euros and 86 cents to spend, and almost every donut was 3 euros and 90 cents. But luckily, their magic unicorn donut was $3.75. So I'm gonna have a magic unicorn donut after dinner. It is starting to rain again, so I'm gonna pick up my favorite dinner, my special treat here in Dublin, and then take it back and eat it at home. But it is time. We're getting a spice bag. How much is a spice bag? $8.95. I'll get one of those to go, please. Thank you. Well, this was a jam-packed day, and I now have my spice bag in hand, so I'm gonna call it a success. My final total for the day was 24 euros and 84 cents, so we came in right under our 25 euro goal, and I'm feeling pretty good about that. Well, hello from Belfast. I'm actually here for a dear friend's birthday. You all might remember my friend Geraldine from many other videos. But before we head over to her birthday party, I thought I'd fit in some exploring.
They're writing songs for New York and I'm losing relation. They're working through all of her chords. I'm on permanent vacation.
I'm just here on the Queen's University Belfast campus. I've never been here before. I've seen pictures, but it's so beautiful. The architecture is really amazing, and there don't seem to be a lot of students around, so I'm free to just wander and be blown by the wind. So I didn't hang around the university for very long. I think kind of the main building is the thing to see there. And like I said, the architecture is just gorgeous. And conveniently, if you just walk alongside, I'm now in the Botanic Gardens, which seem gorgeous.
But I wonder about the melody she's making, that I spend a little too long just contemplating.
Unfortunately, the greenhouse here is closed right now, but I do love that you can peek in through the windows. It's just so beautiful. I bet going inside is really, really nice. Right now, they have a photography festival on here in Belfast. So they have all of these beautiful photos stationed in the gardens behind the Ulster Museum. And it's just a really cool way to take in photography while surrounded by nature. We're just behind the Ulster Museum, which I've also never been to, so I'm gonna see about popping in. But I love that there's this exhibit of photography out in the gardens. Unfortunately, the Ulster Museum is actually closed right now. I didn't realize because it's so bright and sunny out that it is after 5 o'clock right now. So a lot of things may be closed, but the botanical gardens are open. And while there are many, many wonderful things to say about Belfast, it's not a city known for its weather. So the fact that we have a blue sky and sunshine right now, it's a very good time to be outside. This garden here is the Global Medicine Garden, and so all of the plants are used in different medicines from around the world. It's really fascinating, and you can't go in at the moment because it's closed, but even just walking along the outside, you can actually get kind of a close-up look at some of the plants. So if you were wondering, botanical gardens, definitely dog friendly. I'm standing now in the rose garden here, which is so beautiful. It's really large too, and it's totally open. I mean, the botanical gardens on the whole, I think they close at 8 o'clock. Either way, they're not closing yet, and you can just stroll, and it's really, really nice. The flowers are just so beautiful, and I cannot get over this weather. Every other time I've been to Belfast, the sky has not been this color. I think it's just starting to drizzle, which is actually perfect timing because the reason that I'm actually here in Belfast is for my dear friend Geraldine's birthday party. So I am gonna head over to her place now. We're gonna get a takeaway for dinner, and then the theme of her party is dressed for the wrong event. So I'll show you my outfit, but I think it's gonna be kind of funny. right, here's my costume reveal for the party. I think I definitely achieved dressed for the wrong event, which makes this the right event.
What would I do with the news that everything I've done can be put to use? If that's true, then I've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
Good morning. We are here in Belfast City Centre today after such a fun night. It was such a great party. So many of Geraldine's friends that I hadn't met before, as well as several that I had met, all came out and we just had a great time. Everyone definitely understood the assignment with the theme and came in very fun costumes, and we had a talent show, and it was just a really silly, really lovely night, and it made me extra grateful to be back here in Ireland. We're starting today off with some brunch from a cafe that I've heard very good things about. Apparently it's very popular. We may have to wait in a line, but I think it will be well worth it. And then we're gonna do a little exploring of Belfast City Centre.
That place does great food. It's like a market with like outdoor stalls. Hey, no. It's like a market with indoor stalls.
We're passing a circus school, and I haven't taken Silk's class in a really long time, and this is making me really miss them.
They're writing songs for New York and they're climbing the ladder.
You're it.
Moving towards some high reward 'cause they wanted it better. So I wonder about the heights I haven't reached. Then I spend a little too long in my questioning.
You can see St. Anne's Cathedral just across the street here. This area is called the Cathedral Quarter for obvious reasons, and it's right where we're getting brunch. I decided to go for the banana bread French toast and the hash brown, and both are so beautiful. I am so impressed. I'm definitely very full now, but that was a fantastic brunch. And now I think we're just gonna do a little wander around the city center. We don't really have a plan. It's also Sunday, so I don't know what's open. Just across the street from where we had brunch is Belfast Cathedral, otherwise known as the Cathedral of St. Anne, and it is the main focal point of the cathedral quarter here in Belfast. It is, of course, an Anglican cathedral, and it opened in the year 1904.
What would I do with the news that everything I've done can be put to use? If that's true, then I've got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
Street art is a huge part of the culture here in Belfast. You'll see murals almost everywhere you walk, whether they are a form of political protest or a way for restaurants to advertise themselves. There is a lot to be said about the murals in Belfast. In fact, you can actually take a tour just seeing different street art across the city, which I think would be really, really interesting to do. We're not headed that way right now, but if you walk in the opposite direction, you will find the famous Big Fish sculpture, as well as, of course, the Titanic Museum here in Belfast. Belfast as a city has such a rich history and culture, and I feel like a lot of the videos that people share of the city are about the Troubles or about the Titanic, and while there is so much to say on both different topics, I really want this video to be more of a look at actual modern day life here in Belfast and what it is for people who live here now. And while of course the history of the Troubles and even the Titanic are very relevant, very much so in Belfast today, they're not the whole story. This store, Born and Bred, is a great place if you're looking to buy some souvenirs while you're here in Belfast. I think most of the things here were made by local artists. They have lots of cool designs and lots of great options if you're looking for a gift to bring back home with you. You all may remember that I collect stickers everywhere I go. I put them in my travel journal, and I find that it's a perfect way to collect a souvenir from the places I travel to that won't take up space in my bag. So I did grab a couple of stickers while I was in Born and Bred, and I'm so happy with them. That place is so cute.
Ooh, this cut is gonna bruise. Ooh, turn purple, yellow, blue. Ooh, long before I'm through.
I'm here outside of the iconic Belfast City Hall, which you really can't come to the city without seeing. The architecture here in Belfast is so fascinating to me because it really does feel like a mixture of Irish and British influence. Now, obviously, there's a long, complicated history as to why that is, and I am not qualified to fully get into it today, but one of the things that people really recommend doing here in Belfast are the black cab or black taxi tours. Obviously, I have barely scratched the surface of Belfast's cultural history, and that's because I feel like there are so many videos out there that do a great job of explaining Belfast's complicated history. And I really want this video to be about what life in Northern Ireland looks like right now. Which is to say, we're doing some touristy stops, we're walking around the city centre, but I'm here visiting friends, and I want to show you what it's like for my friends who live here and who love it here and have really wonderful, fun lives here in Belfast. And I think that there is not enough representation of that side of this great city, so this is my 2 cents on the matter. Now, this is my third time visiting Belfast, I believe. So I've obviously come here to see the outside of Belfast City Hall many, many times, but I've never been inside, and I think I can go inside. Let's find out together. It is really, really beautiful inside City Hall. I absolutely love the stained glass windows, and the exhibition is just free to walk through. They do guided tours as well, which I didn't sign up for, but this was worth a stop. I'm surprised that I never came inside before on previous trips to Belfast. It is another absolutely beautiful day here in Belfast. Today is a very exciting day here in Belfast because I have a gig. This is the second show of the tour that I'm doing for my latest single, Nothing to Lose, and we're playing a venue here called the Sunflower. We just arrived here at the venue. There's some music going on downstairs. We are playing the upstairs stage, and we're here early for sound check. Well, my friends, if there's one thing that I love about Ireland in the summertime, it's the fact that it is currently 11 p.m. and there's still light in the sky. Not much, but it's there. This was such a fun night and such a great way to end my time here in Belfast. I have always had such a good time every time I've come to this city, and I will definitely be back. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please turn on notifications, and leave me a comment. I would love to know where in the world you are watching from. If you liked the music in this video, it was my original music. It's linked in the video description and on all streaming services if you search Claire Hawkins. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.